Carl, a few injury concerns heading into this one?
Yeah, yes and no. Tommy and Harvey both pulled up a bit sore from the last game. If tomorrow was a cup final, they'd both be available to play. But we didn't want to take the risk with them, didn't want to travel with them and take that risk. So they'll stay home and be available for next week's game.
How much of a blow is it not having Tommy Urich to lead the front?
Yeah, it's a big blow. As I've said many a time, I think he is one of the best strikers in the country, and to be missing him, that's a little bit disappointing, but it's fine because Stephen Watt comes straight back in, so and that's a huge plus for us as well.
Who stands there up front? Comes in number 9.
As I said, Stephen will come back into the squad, so we lose a little bit with Tommy, but we gain that little bit more of aggression with Stephen coming into the squad.
Can he play the same position, or he play more in the midfield?
Yeah, Stephen plays more in the midfield, so that will just leave Mohammed up front.
He's ready to embrace the responsibility of being the sole man, despite his age and experience?
Yeah, most definitely. I think he showed last week how strong and how powerful he is, and I think he's really looking forward to getting on the goal scoring sheet again.
Just seeing Al-Hassan walk past, is he back?
Yeah. So Al-Hassan's back in the squad, so he'll definitely see game time in Brisbane. He's worked extremely hard to get back from the injury, so and he's training really well, and I'm looking forward to giving him some game time. And you never know, we might have both of them on the pitch at the same time.
How special would that be, not only for their family but the club as well, to have both brothers playing?
Yeah, it'll be excellent because they're both very destructive forwards. So if I was a defender, I wouldn't want them playing against me.
Carl, with those injuries, were they worsened at a training session or something that they pulled up after?
After the game, Tommy felt sore before the game in the warm up, but he managed to play through the full game last week, and he pulled up. He was fine, but we just didn't want to take the risk of going up to Brisbane and with the heat and the humidity up in Brisbane and putting him under that stress again and potentially miss more games. So we'll just freshen him up this week and get him available for next week.
Ryan's strain, is it the same injury that he had earlier in the year?
Yeah, it's a very similar injury in the same sort of area. So now, Ryan will be out for 5, maybe 6 weeks now. We will go a little bit different than the way we treated him last time, because he ticked all the boxes to get back in and train, and he's broke down in a similar area, so we'll take a little bit more time now to get him back.
Was his from the game or a training incident?
No, from the game. He pulled up sore, I think, when he had that shot, when he got played over the top and he had that shot, he pulled up sore from that, and he managed to play the rest of the half, and he said he was fine, but we didn't want to take any risks, so and it's shown that he has sort of re-aggravated that same injury.
With Al-Hassan, obviously didn't really get barely any game time throughout 2020. Is it likely that he'll start, or is he probably going to be on the bench?
No, he'll play on the bench. So as I said, we'll be looking, if things go well for us, we'll be looking to give him 20-30 minutes off the bench.
And with the shape last week sort of moved towards a 4-4-2, is that something that you're looking to keep up, or was that something specifically for Melbourne?
That was something more specifically for Melbourne, where we'd seen a weakness in the way that they set themselves up, and it just fitted well for us with Tommy and Mohammed, so that's why we went with that last week. And every week we will play around with, look at the weaknesses of the opposition and see where we can take an advantage. And last week that was with 2 strikers, and this week it could be 2 strikers, it could be 3. We're not sure yet.
And with Mohammed as well, obviously after what happened last week, have you had a bit of a chat to him just to make sure his head's still on the ground?
Yeah, Mohammed's fine. He's a very relaxed and laid-back kid. He's still a kid, so he's fine. Everything's like water off a duck's back for Mohammed.
The away trip last week was a little bit lethargic, I suppose you'd say, over to Perth. Anything have to change, whether it be from a travel standpoint, a preparation standpoint?
Yeah, look, we've spoke as with the playing group about that, and they all felt fine going into the Perth game, and whether it was just the way we started the game and they sort of got off the wrong foot, and that sort of just snowballed from there. So it's important, and that's why we started like we did last week against Melbourne Victory, and it's going to be important that we start very similar against Brisbane Roar this week.
I don't think you've had a away win so far this season. Is it important to get that sort of monkey off your back at this stage of the season?
It's important to get a win every week. It doesn't matter if it's home or away, and that's what we go out to do is to win all our games. And this is no different. We'll go there and try and get the 3 points.
And you can also go top of the league with a win here. How big of a statement would that be to the rest of the league of your intentions this season?
Oh, there's still a long way to go yet. We're still building, and we want to build that momentum and keep getting wins and clean sheets, and that's all we're looking forward to this week. We've got Brisbane Roar tomorrow night, and we're looking for 3 points and a clean sheet.